Hello everyone. We are studying chapter respiration and circulation. Today we are in part 16 of the chapter. In the previous part, that is part 15, we had studied about internal structure of heart. So today let us start with pumping action of the heart. Now pumping action of heart. Now we know that heart it acts as the main pumping organ of the circulatory system. Now, why heart is called as the main pumping organ of the circulatory system? Because we know our body, it has many tissues, it has many cells. Now, blood, it is the only medium through which all the nutrients as well as oxygen rich blood can be given to all the cells. Okay, yes. So, heart is the only organ which collects pure, that is oxygenated blood from the lungs, and with the pumping actions, what happens with the pumping action of the heart, this oxygenated rich blood having nutrients as well as oxygen is given to different parts of the body. So as heart is the only medium, that is why it is called as heart. It acts as the main pumping organ of the circulatory system. Now, the pumping action is brought about by a rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the cardiac muscles of the heart. In part 14, we had studied about the walls of the heart. Okay, so we had studied that the heart walls, it is made up of three layers. The first layer was called as pericardium, the middle layer, which is called as myocardium, and the third layer, that is innermost layer, it is called as endocardium. We had studied that myocardium, it is very much thick layer, yes, and here mainly the heart muscles are present. So the muscles present in the heart, basically in the myocardium region, they are called as heart muscles. And the heart this muscles, when they contract and relax, okay, it results in the pumping action. That is why it is said that the pumping action is brought about by the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the cardiac muscles or heart muscles. So when myocardium, when they contract and relax, it results in the pumping action of the heart. Now let us revise before proceeding with the pumping action. First, let us revise. As we had studied that our heart, it consists of upper chambers, which is called as atrium or auricles they are called as, whereas the lower chambers, they are called as ventricles. The left side of the heart, okay, you can see here, the left side of the heart, it deals with oxygenated blood, that is oxygen rich blood, whereas the right side of the heart, it deals with deoxygenated blood. On the left side, you can see pulmonary vein. Okay, pulmonary vein is the only vein which brings pure blood or oxygenated blood to the left atrium, whereas superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, it brings about deoxygenated blood from the upper parts of the body, that is superior vena cava. It brings deoxygenated blood from the upper parts of the body, whereas inferior vena cava, it brings deoxygenated blood from the lower part of the body. Okay. Also, we had studied that there are certain valves, that is tricuspid valve, bicuspid valve, okay, which allows unidirectional flow of blood. That means it does not allow backflow of blood from the ventricles to the auricles. Okay, so let us see how the pumping action of blood takes place. But before also that, let me explain you what is pulmonary artery and what is aorta. Now, right ventricle, which has deoxygenated blood, it then goes into the aorta. Then goes into the pulmonary trunk. This entire part is called as pulmonary trunk. pulmonary trunk, it gives rise to pulmonary artery. You can see pulmonary artery. One artery is over here and other pulmonary artery is over here. So this pulmonary artery, the left pulmonary artery connects to the left lung, whereas the right pulmonary artery, it connects to the right lung. Okay. So deoxygenated blood. Right ventricle has deoxygenated blood. Yes. So this pulmonary artery, it gives deoxygenated blood to the left, to the right pulmonary, to the right lung and to the left lung respectively for purification. Whereas the left ventricle, it then continues into aorta, and then aorta, we had studied that it gives three arteries through which it gives the oxygenated blood. Always left side, it deals with oxygenated blood. Yes. So this left ventricle, it gives oxygenated blood to the aorta, and from the aorta, with the help of these three arteries, it is then given to the rest of the body parts. So pulmonary trunk, it always results in deoxygenated blood, whereas function of aorta is what? To give oxygenated blood to the rest of the parts of the body. Now, contraction of the heart muscle is called as systole, and relaxation of the heart muscles is called as diastole. So, when the heart contracts, okay, so when the heart contracts, that contraction is called as systole. Heart muscles, basically, which part? The myocardium muscles, okay. So, when the myocardium muscles contract, that leads to contraction of the heart, that is called as systole. Whereas relaxation of the heart is called as diastole. Now, in this diagram, you can see diastole and systole. Now, both auricles as well as ventricles, they both contract as well as relax. It is not that only auricles contract and only ventricles relaxes, or auricles relaxes and ventricles contract. No, both auricles as well ventricles, they both contract as well as relaxes. In the next part, that is cardiac cycle, we are going to study in detail. Okay, in cardiac cycle, I'll explain you in detail about auricular systole as well as ventricular systole as well as diastole. We are going to study how auricles contract as well as relaxes, and also how ventricles relax as well as contract. In this diagram, you can see referring to ventricles. Okay, here it is referring diastole filling. Diastole means what? Just now we had studied, it is relaxing. So here you can see these are auricles, these are ventricles. Okay, now always remember, when auricles contract, ventricles relax. Okay, and when ventricles contract, auricles relax. So it is alternate manner. In this diastole that means filling. Now I'll explain you what exactly is filling. Here you can see the oxygenated blood from the lungs. Okay, we know these are the pulmonary veins. We had studied that pulmonary vein, it is the only vein which brings oxygenated blood from the lungs. So you can see oxygenated blood on the left side. Okay, on the left side, you can see oxygenated blood coming into the left auricle, whereas deoxygenated blood from the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, okay, it brings deoxygenated blood into the right auricle. Okay, now what happens? Both the auricles get filled with blood. Okay, so when the auricles get filled with blood, a force is developed. Okay, and because or pressure is developed, and because when pressure is developed, here you can see when pressure is developed, both the valves, that is tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve, they open and blood is forced into the ventricles. Okay, So this filling of blood into the ventricles, this is called as diastole. Whereas when blood comes from the auricles into the ventricles, this is called as systole. I'll refer only one. Systole means what? Contraction. So here you can see contraction of the auricles is taking place. Contraction of the auricles means what? When both the auricles get filled by blood. Okay, when both the auricles, when they receive blood, that is deoxygenated blood, the right auricle, it receives deoxygenated blood from superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Whereas the left auricle, it receives oxygenated blood from the lungs through pulmonary veins. Okay, at that time what happens, the auricles, they contract as they get filled with blood, a pressure is developed. So whenever the pressure is developed in the auricles, what happens, the auricles contract. Okay, at that time the ventricles, they are in diastole, the ventricles, they are in relaxing stage. Okay, so when the ventricles are in relaxing stage, in I'm referring to with this diagram. Okay, so filling of ventricles is called as diastole stage. Okay, here auricles is contracting and all the blood is getting filled into the ventricles. So this is diastole stage. Here you can see systole. Systole means what? Here the ventricles are contracting. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा था? Auricles were contracting. That means they were pumping blood. So auricles were contracting and ventricles were relaxing. When ventricles relaxes, what happens? All the blood is getting filled into the ventricles. And when ventricles are contracting, what happens? Ventricle will give blood to the pulmonary trunk as well as aorta. You can see the right ventricle is giving blood to the pulmonary trunk. Okay, that is to the pulmonary artery over here. Whereas the left ventricle is giving blood to the aorta. This is oxygenated blood. You can see blood is going to the aorta. Okay, the right ventricle is giving blood to the pulmonary artery. The left ventricle is giving blood to the aorta, so that all the oxygenated blood is given to the rest of the parts of the body. So when ventricles gives out blood, that is called as contraction of ventricles. Okay, at that time auricles are relaxing. Okay, when auricles contract, ventricles, what do? They relax. And at that time of relaxing, what happens? Blood gets filled into the ventricles. When ventricles contract, you can see here, when ventricles contract, auricles relax. Okay, and from the ventricles, blood goes into the pulmonary trunk and aorta. So this contraction part of the heart is called as systole, and relaxation of the heart muscles, they are called as diastole. Now a single systole is followed by a diastole, and that makes one heartbeat. As I said, when auricles contract, ventricles relax. When ventricles contract, auricle relax. So this cycle of systole and diastole, this makes a single heartbeat. Now we know in humans, okay, in per minute, about 70 to 72 times heartbeat occurs. Okay, in one single minute, how many? A heartbeat occurs 70 to 72 times. And one heartbeat is always made up of one systole and one diastole. So like that, how many times systole and diastole occurs in 1 minute? About 72 times, because in 1 minute in humans 72 times heartbeat occurs. So that is called as the heart rate. So heart rate of human is what? About 72 times per minute. Now during each heartbeat, ventricles pump about 70 ml of blood, okay, during each heartbeat. हमने पढ़ा था कि one systole and one diastole that makes a heartbeat. So in one heartbeat about 70 ml of blood is given out, okay. So like this, when in 1 minute about 72 heart rate is there, that means in 1 minute about 72 heartbeats occur. So 72 into 70 ml, okay. So about 5 liters, that is 5040 ml, which is equivalent to 5 liters of blood per minute. So this is called as cardiac output. So you can imagine in 1 minute, okay, in 1 minute in our body, about 5 liters of blood is pumped, okay. Our heart, it pumps about 5 liters of blood per minute, and this term is called as cardiac output, okay. So I hope you understood what is contraction and relaxation. When auricles contract, ventricles क्या करते हैं, वो relax होते हैं, and when ventricles contract, what happens, auricles relax, okay. And this one systole or contraction is called as systole, whereas relaxation is called as diastole. And one systole and one diastole, it makes one heartbeat, okay. In human, there are about 72 heartbeat per minute, and accordingly about 5 liters of blood is pumped per minute, which is called as cardiac output. So I stop here itself today, okay, in which we had studied pumping action of heart. In my next lecture, I'll teach you about conducting tissue of heart as well as conducting system of heart. Okay, so that's it for today's lecture. Thank you.